Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mexbox. This is another podcast. Last Sunday there was no podcast because there was a Super Bowl, and not that I care that much about the game or the teams, but I was hanging out with my dad, and that kind of means a lot to me. It's more important than whatever happened in that game. But anyways, this is gonna be a short podcast. Just like about 10 more minutes. I wanted to use some of this awesome footage from the beta of Gears of War 4 and the multiplayer and the Halo Firefight. But we got some cool stuff to talk about. Speaking of Halo, Halo 2 Wars or Halo Wars 2 is coming out this Tuesday, I believe. It's already out for people that bought like the Super Deluxe Edition, so you can play it 4 days early. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait. Mostly because I have stuff to pay, and mostly because I've been playing tons of Mass Effect 3 because I want to get it done by, the time Andromeda comes out. But so far, they had a live stream of Halo Wars 2, and it looks pretty damn impressive. I think the cutscenes should make a really great movie onto itself. So if you're not very familiar with the Halo world, or you don't want to even buy this game, definitely check out the cutscenes. It might change your mind. It might actually entice you to buy some Halo books. There's a lot of great novels that just span the universe. And go ahead and support Halo Wars 2. I will have a review on it. I do have a Halo Wars shirt, so I'm going to try and capture some video of me with that, because that shirt's very dear to me. I'll have the story later on. Anyways, so January and February are supposed to be the dry month for games, because not many come out. We do have Halo Wars 2 and For Honor by Ubisoft. I'll go into that detail in a little bit later on, but right now, as gamers have a lot of video games that we don't play, like a backlog. So I have about 6 shooters that I'm gonna try and play. I have the Metro Redux, the double collection. I just bought a new 4K TV, so I'm gonna be enjoying those two. I tried playing it a little bit on the 360, but I own it for the Xbox One, so I'm going to play in the Xbox One with much better graphics. I also have both Wolfensteins, the launch title for the Xbox One, and the prequel that came out later. I will definitely be playing those. They're kind of, I wouldn't pay full price for them, but because they're on sale, I definitely got them. The other one is Deus Ex Human Revolution. I played it a little bit for the 360, and it was pretty good. I liked the soundtrack a lot. The setting was awesome. I wanted to have a more streamlined video game, either between the third-person duck and cover stealth, Metal Gear style, or Splinter Cell type of action, and hacking, and then a shoot 'em up. So yeah, I'm gonna give it another shot. It's backwards compatible for the Xbox One, so I'm gonna do that. I was intending to buy it on the Nintendo Wii U because they use the screen in a really smart way. Ubisoft really outdid themselves for that version. I think it's the director's cut, and also, it just seems a little bit more logical that you have another device to hack, if you're playing in-game. Also, Mankind Divided. It was one of the my top games of last year. The Super Deluxe Special Edition is on sale this week, so I think it's only $30 if you have Xbox Live Gold. Definitely get it. It's totally worth it. Now, I mentioned For Honor is also out this month, and I don't know. It seemed like a really cool design. There was that scene or level that you played from Assassin's Creed Unity where you're rushing towards a medieval battle in France, and you're a knight. You're trying to remember something, or and it seemed like Ubisoft got the idea from that level of Assassin's Creed, and they just refined the tuning of the fighting mechanics, the sword play between different civilizations, like the Vikings versus the samurai. It's pretty geeky, it's pretty nerdy, it seems to be pretty awesome. However, I'm not gonna do it. I don't know, it just never seemed that appealing to me. I don't know if it's the whole aspect of the swordplay mechanics, or the fact that there's going to be a very heavy focus on online combative action against other online players, but it never really seemed like something that I would want to do. It just doesn't interest me. I might as well just, go and play The Witcher 3 for that kind of swordplay and excitement, which I still need to do, to complete everything, because that game is massive and it's going to take me years to finish it. Anyways, the other cool backwards compatible title this week was Grand Theft Auto 4. It's a classic. It's about a Russian immigrant, who is trying to make his way in a New York type of city. It's pretty awesome. I started playing it for PlayStation 3. But it was, I don't know, kind of hard. I had a really crappy TV and I wasn't really having the most fun with it. Mainly because I missed the versions where you can have your own custom soundtrack and stuff like that. So I might give it a shot. Now that it's backwards compatible and it's a lot cheaper. We also have Force Unleashed. It's free this month if you have, the gold membership, which I highly recommend everybody. Oh, one other thing. At my daytime job, there was a customer who got her daughter a brand new Xbox One, and I really recommended EA All Access. It's just $30. You get to play so many cool video games. And she was kind of like, oh, I didn't know that happened. So I hope that Microsoft really markets that a little bit more heavy, because it's a really great deal. She doesn't play video games, but she seemed impressed with the line of titles for $30, a year. I guess she's a really big fan of Mass Effect 2. And I've seen a lot of nerdy people who just like Mass Effect who would never play video games. It has that Star Wars mass appeal, which is really, really nice. I don't normally like to talk about Sony, because I want to keep it all Xbox and all happy. There is some bad news, because PlayStation Now is like on-demand kind of service where you stream video games. They're cutting it out in August for PlayStation 3. Also the portable PlayStation Vita and Sony TVs. You were able to play video games on your TVs regularly, but you're not going to do that anymore. So if you bought any games for those things, you're kind of screwed. Also, if you have any like Sony Blu-ray with that capability, or Samsung TV models, they cut that service out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're in trouble financially, even though they're selling a lot of consoles, but I don't know what's going on. Anyways, that's all we have for for this Sunday. Next Sunday, it will be more exciting. We're getting a lot of rumors about the Scorpio that I don't really want to go into, because there's so many other YouTubers that just do Scorpio rumors, and they get into fights with other YouTubers, and they create like rap videos, and it's they talk more about each other than video games, and I don't like that. It's like, dude, I have a lot of video games to play, man. I don't know. It seems like it seems like something from the YouTube community and the Twitter community, And then, I do have other podcasts to do, mostly with comic books. And if you thought like the console war was pretty heavy, oh man, it's nothing compared to the comic book war. With media bias and all that intrigue and stuff. But anyways, I will have later in the week a Assassin's Creed Syndicate review because I beat it very, very thoroughly and took my sweet time with it. I'm also going to have a Mass Effect 3 review. All right. Thank you, Xboxers, and keep it awesome. Bye.